Did you see that?
It's not working.
Hey, everybody, I'm trying to get
We're trying to get situated.
yeah,
Lord help us all.
and
I mean, he's trying to get situated.
and the cat's gone for the evening. He had a date.
Can you put that on you instead of... There we go.
Okay.
Hey, Jeff. Oh, we're just hanging out. Trying to change laws and everything. How's everybody doing tonight? I don't know if anybody else said hi.
And I told a few people to forget about the NASCAR and join us.
Oh, there's NASCAR tonight?
Yeah, which I'm missing it too.
Really?
So. But this is slightly more important.
It is. Jerry Vaughn is here. We'll wait for a few more people to hop on before we start. I see people coming on.
We could probably go over some of the upcoming stuff beforehand and then again at the end.
So our upcoming events, hey Heather, hey Shannon. Our upcoming events are March 19th, another legislative day that we're doing at the State House. I don't remember how many meetings we have.
I think we have 7 or 8.
Yeah,
So we need people.
what he said. So that will be to give our proposal to the people that we didn't get to reach at our last legislative day. Pretty much we've been trying to go every week and talk to people. This could be huge if our proposal gets passed. It can be huge for a lot of the men and women to be able to come home.
At the next parole hearing.
Yeah. Or before, some
Right.
of them. So that's March 19th. And then, I don't know if I wrote everything down right.
I pretty much
I'm not
remember the days.
organized today. Sorry, guys.
I'm the organized one today.
He's never organized. Don't let
I'm
him fool
present.
you. So March the 26th, we do have a meeting in the governor's office with the lead aide in the criminal justice division. April 11th, we will be going to Richland Correctional Center for their job fair. April 12th is the meeting with the new ODRC director. April 26th will be our protest in Cleveland at the Justice Center at 11 a.m. Heather Davis said, "You guys are amazing with all the hard work you do." Thank you,
Thank you, Heather.
We need to hear that sometimes just to keep us motivated and going. Let's see. So, yeah, that one will be in Cleveland. We've got a lot of people that are excited and ready for that one. So then May 17th will be the protest at the State House in Columbus at 11 a.m. and that is nationwide protest.
Right. So all of you outside of the state of Ohio, plan one that same day in your state at 11 o'clock at your local state house or a center location.
Yes, and we can live stream and see what you guys are doing, take pictures, make it, and if you don't have parole where you're at, it doesn't matter, just protest. I'm sure there's something that you could protest.
Whoops.
Hey, Bobby Joe. And then our next thing will be our community meeting, June 15th at 2 o'clock at the
Church for All People,
Church for All People.
On Parsons and Whittier in Columbus, Ohio.
I didn't write that down. And a community meeting is to let you guys know what our organization is about, do some networking.
And any organization can join us that day and share a little bit about what they're doing and see how we can work together.
Yes, because we all need to work together. It's going to take an army to do what we need to get done. And then August 3rd will be our conference summit.
Pro
We don't know
conference.
what it is.
Yeah,
We don't know what it's going to be yet.
It's really a conference, but it's kind of a summit because it's of important nature and so many lives depend on it. And we're going to be talking about pro reform, a little bit about our proposal. We have some Restore Citizens speaking on what they went through. We have a lady talking about wrongful convictions. Mm-hmm. We may have something on advocating for the family. And you'll learn a little bit about our organization.
Yes.
And tables that day, if you want a vendor's table, they're $20 a table for that day.
So if you want your organization to present your organization, then feel free to contact us for a table that day. Are you doing the public defender's office? Are they
Yes,
coming?
public defender's office will be coming on expungements again.
Yeah.
Also, if you'd like to help sponsor this event or make a donation, you could do that through our website at www.fairtreatmentreformandreentry.org.
Jerry Vaughn wants to know, do you know of an organization in Dayton to get in touch with?
On Reentry, because they have the Dayton Reentry Coalition out there. But there's not really we're the only group that, to my knowledge, that works on pro-reform issues. Depending on what you need, if you want to inbox one of us later, we'll see what we can do.
Samuel Tugga, I'm probably pronounced that wrong. He said, you are doing a fantastic job. Thank you so much for that. We love all the support you guys give us. It definitely keeps us going. So today we are going to be talking about how to, forgot. Calendula. I'm sure I said that wrong too. Sorry, I'm probably butchering everybody's names. She says greetings. We do have a couple of fundraisers going on right now. One is just a regular fundraiser for the organization. The other one is a raffle fundraiser, and it is a family fun pack that includes 2 tickets to the beach water park resort
in Mason,
Ohio, and to the African wildlife safari, Port Clinton, Ohio. And then 2 Scene 75 $10 each gift cards, and that's like a
game room.
Yeah, game room. They have all kinds of things. I've seen videos of it, and that is Dayton area, soon to be in Columbus.
It's Cincinnati right now. It's in Brunswick, Ohio. They have one, and by the end of the summer there'll be one in Columbus.
Yes, and we I knew I didn't write this down. So it's on our fair treatment page, but the tickets are $2 a piece. The raffle tickets, and you would pay through PayPal, and then we would write your name on the back of a raffle ticket, and it would go into our raffle jar, and then we will draw a number. Not a number. We'll draw a ticket,
right?
And
we'll do it live here.
Next Sunday, because we are having a St. Patty's Day celebration. And what you guys don't know, and James is going to be totally excited about this because for everybody who makes a donation, we're going to have a donation price, and James will wear a green tutu.
No.
Yes.
No.
Aren't you so excited about this?
No.
So look for that this week, everyone. If we raise our fundraiser price, James will wear
Thank God none of the board members are watching this.
a green tutu.
Oh, hell.
Oh my God. So please look for that. But back to our raffle. If you would like to enter into the raffle to get your family fun packet, it's $2 a raffle ticket, and 3 for $5.
3 for $5. 10 for.
No, 3 for
for
$5,
$5.
5 for $8, and 10 for 15.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Right,
We
and
got it.
you could do it through our website, which is our PayPal, which is www.fairtreatmentreformandreentry.org. I have that memorized.
And don't forget to look this week. We're going to be doing a impromptu fundraiser, and if we reach our goal, James will wear a green tutu.
Nope.
Yep, a green tutu next Sunday for our live St. Patty's Day celebration.
Yeah, you see nobody's responding. That's good. I also have the flu that day.
He's going to do it. We're going to make him do it. The board and I just need to come up with a price. It might be $20. You never know.
I'm cheap.
Because then you'll for sure have to wear that tutu.
Yeah.
Jennifer Ware said, "Hey guys," and she cannot wait to see that. We're gonna have so many people tuned in. I already got blinking necklaces and blinking rings.
No cuties on that page that day.
It's gonna be great. Oh, Jerry said both of us have to wear one. It's not so much, funny if I wear one, but if James wears a green tutu,
that's sick.
aren't you so excited?
I don't even know.
They said you have to do the show standing up.
No.
We'll make him wear it up here, like
No.
a what do you call it? Like a tube top type thing.
The closest I get is my white beater. Then you could see real prison tattoos.
Shannon said, "See, oh." Jerry said, "Team effort." Samantha said, "You look so embarrassed," and Shannon can't wait for the tutu. He didn't know that this was coming, so I might not have a job when I leave here and a dance too.
No.
Yes, so this is what I'm thinking. If we get to a certain amount, you can wear the tutu, and if we get to another amount, you have to dance in your tutu.
No, you could just Google up a dancer and then post it. That's close enough.
So when I'm no longer with the organization, guys, you'll know why.
I may no longer be it. I have heart trouble.
That's not funny. Okay, so that is next Sunday evening. We will be drawing the winner of the raffle live Sunday evening. See, think of the cause. It's all for the good of the cause.
Not that.
It's not worth that.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's so worth it. I have all kinds of things headbands with little shamrocks on it, and
I wear a green earring.
he's so excited. We should probably get some green beer to be able to make it through.
I wouldn't be able to drink a half of one anymore.
I wouldn't either. I don't like beer. I don't drink at all, but so Are you mad at me?
No, no.
Oh my god, this is gonna be great. Okay, so getting on to the topic of the show. Oh my god, I'm crying. Um, how to advocate for your incarcerated loved one. Um, so when advocating, you are their eyes, ears, and mouth. Um, they are allowed to file grievances. It's better if you and your incarcerated loved one are doing both. A lot of times I have seen when I have tried to advocate for someone, I get shot down because the prison will say, the inmate hasn't even made any contact or hasn't even let us know this. Just make sure that you're getting the complete story of what is really going on before you contact the prison, because they will sure shut you down.
And a lot of times, just speaking from a person from the inside, we don't always tell our families the truth. What happened.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you have to make sure they're telling you the truth. And if they don't file the informals, the grievance, and the state appeals, you really can't do anything.
Right. And it's good. And I'll just say this because I'll speak about my husband because I'm allowed to talk about his situation. But he was involved and he was personally assaulted. We later found out that the person who did it was a random attack on him. He had boiling water thrown in his face. And we later found out that the guy was mentally ill. And so it was just a random act. But getting all of this taken care of took us weeks. But you have to be firm without being rude. So you can't just go in and start threatening or cussing, or you still need to be respectful because they don't really have to work with you if they don't want to.
Right. And remember, they have the lawyers.
Yeah. So you want to be respectful when speaking to them. Don't just go in and be cussing them or screaming and things like that, because that's not going to get you anywhere. And unfortunately, they look at us the same way that they look at someone who is incarcerated. So just don't make a fool of yourself. And you want to remain consistent also with your advocating. What's that say? Oh, when you're doing that, you want to make sure that you let them know you'll be following up with it and then actually follow through. Keep track of all of the proposed policies and laws that are in your area, just so that you're up to date on things that you're advocating for.
One thing we might want to add too is choose which ones you're going to advocate for. If you're constantly emailing them once a week on a situation, you're probably not going to get anything done.
Yeah.
So be careful.
Like they lost their belt or something like that, or the food.
Food is really the least of our concerns.
Yeah.
Safety and freedom should be the high priority along with medical.
You should attend your community events or politicians' forums and speak out against practices that would increase criminalization. You just want to make sure that you're educated and informed of policies and laws. We attend a lot of the community events. Our organization does. We do protests, things like that. A lot of things. Well, one thing that I could also recommend is that if you are calling, you email also, so that you have that paper trail. I prefer to email. I know James, he calls a lot, but I prefer to email so I have the proof that the email was sent.
That is the best way, or do both.
Yeah. So usually I'll email and also call, but typically when I do advocate, I'll get some type of a response at least 20 minutes later. Um, and it could be your husband already knows the policies. So we're done with
That's a
this
good one.
conversation.
That's a good one from Mansfield, though.
But, and sometimes they don't. And, and then he has to go read the handbook, the inmate handbook. So, don't just take everything onto your own shoulders. They have to be responsibility to do their own advocating as well. Sending kites, things like that. One thing I think people get confused on is their rights to their privileges. I know we get a huge amount of people calling or inboxing because their loved one's cell has been searched, and they're just outraged. When they went in to prison, they gave up that right.
Right, and the state can search at any time of
At
day
any
or
time
night.
of day. And I think that's one of the biggest things one of them is that we get is the cells being searched.
Or their stuff being ripped apart. Now that's something that they need to file informal if their stuff's being ripped apart or destroyed.
Yes. So this is a thing that I actually got offline, and I use it a lot when I'm teaching the advocating classes. And it just says once an individual is sentenced to jail or prison, they immediately forfeit a number of rights that are guaranteed to free citizens. For the time of their imprisonment, I cannot read. Inmates waive their Fourth Amendment rights. This means they waive the right to deny law enforcement officials from conducting searches of their person and property. Should they choose to do so, officers can search a prisoner and his belongings whenever they like. So that's one of the things I said was a huge issue. The inmates do have the right to receive certain items in the mail, such as postcards and photographs. However, it has to be approved by the prison personnel, and it has to go on their guidelines of what they have, like no glitter on the cards, or only white envelopes, or only white paper, or only black and blue ink. So whatever that they have as their rule for the facility, that's just pretty much how it goes, and you're not really going to win that argument. And I know that's a huge one within the prison wife community, but they don't necessarily. Well, right now I think they're photocopying the cards. I know at Christmas time my husband's cards were all photocopied, which is, some of them cards are like $5, and they photocopy them and then they throw your card away. So labor laws also don't apply to incarcerated individuals. The 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery, specifically exempts prisoners from such rights. For prisoners, there is no minimum wage they must be paid, and no maximum number of hours they are allowed to work. I don't think we really get any kind of call on that, but many of the things we might consider human rights are actually privileges. However, though an individual entering prison should anticipate a harsh experience upon being sentenced, they should still expect to be treated like a human being. So here are some of the rights that inmates retain regardless of the severity of their crime. The right to be free from cruel and unusual punishment. Cruel and unusual punishment is defined as such punishment as would amount to torture, any cruel and degrading punishment not known to the common law, or any fine, penalty, confinement, or treatment that is so disproportionate to the offense as to shock the moral sense of the community. This right is guaranteed by the Eighth Amendment and ensures that prisoners retain some semblance of dignity through their sentence. They can't be withheld food and shelter, or restricted access to shower and restroom facilities, and any arbitrary punishment not deemed acceptable by administration, which, I mean,
That also includes solitary confinement, believe it or not, which they don't really follow it.
Though an inmate has been sentenced to prison in order to pay their debt to society, they have a right to not be subjected to dehumanizing conditions that jeopardize or endanger their health and safety. The next one, the right to be free from sexual harassment and assault.
The PREA law.
Yes. They shouldn't be subjected to that from other inmates as well as staff. Sexual harassment involves the use of derogatory, explicit language, derogatory treatment, or any other action which, while not necessarily physical, is sexual in nature. Sexual assault involves physical violence of a sexual nature, no matter how minor it may seem to bystanders or outsiders. Those who commit sexual harassment or assault on a prisoner are in severe violation of the inmate's rights. If your loved one is being victimized by fellow colleagues or prison staff members, make it known to administration and perhaps law enforcement outside the prison immediately. The next one is the right to be free from discrimination. When it comes to discrimination, inmates retain the same rights as free citizens. Discrimination refers to unequal treatment of an individual or group of individuals based on their race, religion, ethnicity, disability, gender, and sexual orientation. The right to proper medical care and accommodations. So I have never actually myself advocated for anybody with medical, except for when my husband had boiling water thrown on him. He had boiling water thrown on him, and then he was maced, and they did not give him medical treatment. So that was the only time. But I know you've dealt with this a lot.
Right. And we probably will continue. That's one of the most fundamental rights.
And there's people, like, such as not getting their proper medication, unsanitary cells, there's a lot of disease, germs, all kinds of things that are in there.
That's being brought in from the streets for the most part.
And so I don't know too much about the medical.
The medical's kind of a serious one. We do get quite a few calls for that, but we kind of bypass the institution. We go directly to the medical director. If you send her an email or even call her, normally she'll at least investigate. But they cannot tell us anything medically about the individual because of the HIPAA law. None they've slipped in the past. And they probably won't be able to tell you much about his medical unless if you're his close next to kin.
Yeah.
And then I'm not even sure they will. But on something like this, if you need help, you can always call one of us and we'll see what we can do to assist.
Yeah, medical is, that's a really difficult one of what they can and can't do to help you. So then the next one, Samantha Adams has a question on medical. You can ask it, Samantha. The right to free speech within reason. The right to free speech, even as it applies to free citizens, is often misunderstood, as it gets a little more complicated when applying it to prisoners. To clarify, inmates shouldn't expect the high level of freedom of speech these outside prison walls have. Though they technically have a right to say whatever they want, their words can and will be used against them when it comes time for review and possible parole. In other words, if their words have rubbed prison personnel the wrong way, they'll almost certainly pay for it later.
Even if it's the truth.
Yes.
There's a question I can't quite make it out.
My husband has a terrible hernia, and I mean giant and painful hernia, and they are making him sleep on the floor and won't take care of it.
What state is that?
She's, I know she's not in Ohio.
They shouldn't be sleeping on the floor at all in any state prisons
right.
because the ACLU has fined every state that had inmates on the floor. Kentucky.
So what? She should contact the ACLU?
No, I mean the ACA. I would contact the ACA on that. I don't have.
What?
They're the ones that come in and inspect the prisons twice a year. They will fine the states if there's any bunks on the floor. Unless it's a dorm. Federal, they still handle federal. But contact the ACA or see if there's just a policy center. They may do something for too. The one out of Cincinnati, because I think they handle Kentucky as well.
What's it called?
David Singleton, Justice and Policy. Yeah, Justice. Google up Justice and Policy Center. That is, and ask for David Singleton to see if they handle Kentucky. If not, ask him if he knows anybody does. I know he practices law in both states.
Have you contacted the facility, Samantha? Well, I think her man just went in.
Okay.
You said the ACA?
Yeah, ACA should be one of the first ones to contact. But if your state, Google up something like Ohio has the Institution Inspection Committee. See if Kentucky has something like that as well. No, check with the federal government actually for the to see if they have an Institution Inspection Committee for the federal prisons. I think they do. I don't know much about the federal system.
But there's always a chain of command.
But sometimes you have to bypass it too.
Yeah.
Is it a federal jail?
Yeah.
Then they would contact the U.S. Marshals. U.S. Marshals.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
His lawyer did, but they told him once there's a bed available, they will get him in a bed. But still no word on getting it taken care of. Ohio Justice Policy Center is what Mildred said.
Right. But it's federal, Mildred. That's all only issue. But I would also check with the U.S. Marshals on that too. But that's more of a criminal matter or a serious violation is against the inmate.
Janine said hi. Good evening, James and Candy.
Hi, Janine.
Okay, so then in conclusion of that, those who have been sentenced to prison can feel as if all their rights as a citizen have been stripped from them, though many of their rights have, for the moment, been restricted. Imprisoned individuals retain their right to be treated as human beings and to speak up whenever they feel their basic needs are not being met. As a friend or family member of an inmate, it's important that you watch for signs that your loved one's rights are being violated during their sentence. Though you may feel helpless in your current situation, there are many ways you can help your incarcerated loved one get through what may be the most difficult time of their life.
And remember too, when they say that they still have rights, they make you believe you have no rights.
Right. And they are absolutely allowed to file grievances. Um, your loved one is allowed to file grievances.
And I believe every state is about the same on the grievance policy. And I know the federal government has the same type of grievance policy as we do as well.
But you always want to make sure that your loved one is trying to handle it first, before you step in. Because like I said, a lot of times they'll say, well, we're not aware because the inmate hasn't said anything to us. And then we kind of have to back off or ask the inmate, is this something that you are really, is this something that's really happening, or you were just mad at the time? Let's see.
But if they go by the proper procedure, by doing the informal grievance and state appeals or federal appeals, it makes your job a lot easier to advocate on the outside.
Really, in anything that they're doing in there, just with me being a prison wife for so long and running prison wife support groups, I have learned that many times the inmate really just wants their family to do everything for them, and it just can't, that you just can't. They have to do for themselves. So it should be him or her doing, what they need to do, and then you doing what you need to do, and then both of you doing it together. So don't always take everything on yourself. They got to be responsible for it too. And that's with anything, not just advocating. Also, if the inmate reports it, do it in writing so he has proof, because they will say he never said anything. Here in Ohio, they send kites.
And they should get a kite back, but it would be good if they could actually make the copy of the kite that they send. I'm not
But
sure
the
how
bad
they
thing
do
about it is, that anybody can write a kite in anybody's name and send it.
Right, and we have a lot of that. I remember people dropping off kites on the officer's desk, sliding underneath the captain's door.
To get another inmate in trouble.
Right.
Especially with like health issues, and then the next thing you know, they're back in the mental health for a 72-hour hold, or however long it is. So you always want to make sure, I would make sure that you have a paper trail. Even if you prefer to call, I would just keep a little notebook saying, I called, write the names of the people that you spoke to. And keep it all together so you have a log of it. Mildred said, I think that each state has a legislative watchdog that monitors its prisons, like Ohio has the Correctional Institution Inspection Committee.
Right, that's what we were saying earlier. But I'm not sure how they would Google it unless they knew the name. But they would have to do some research on Google for their states.
Even our state was a little difficult to try to find. And actually, when we go, I think that's one of the questions we're asking when we go to our meeting on the 12th, April 12th, is, what are the ways that we can contact people. But if you speak to the officials with respect and not yelling or cursing or threatening, you'll get a lot further than with them than if you're, doing all that stuff. That's what I was trying to say. So Terry, now that you're on here, I don't know if you heard or not, but we're going to be doing a fundraiser, an impromptu fundraiser this week. And the executive board will be deciding the amount. But if we reach the certain money amount, James will be wearing a green tutu next Sunday for our St. Patty's Day event, and he'll do a dance.
Everybody knows better than that. I'm gonna sit right here with my either coffee.
I'm pretty sure it's in the bylaws.
Uh,
Oh, Gina, so we're going to be doing a fundraiser this week, and if we get the certain amount of money that we need, James is going to wear a green tutu next Sunday evening.
Gina, that's not really true though.
Terry is 100% behind it, so
If I gotta wear
majority.
one, Terry's
I'm
gotta-
pretty sure that Bobby's behind it too, so majority board rules, and I'm sure it's in the bylaws somewhere. In the small print at the
That's
bottom.
what you get when you have a whole board full of women.
Or written on the back.
That's men abuse.
Do you need somebody to advocate for you?
Yeah, because that's sexual harassment.
That's not. What, making you wear a tutu? For a good cause?
It
Boo. Boo.
Who wants to advocate for me?
Up. Gina said you might be prettier than me. I gotta watch out.
Oh, thank you. I think.
So, this is gonna happen. I don't know if you are really aware, but this is gonna happen. Totally gonna happen.
I think I got the flu next week too.
Take one for the team, Terry said.
Hell no. Heck no. Not that much of a team, I won't. I do a lot of stuff, but tutu is not part of the team.
Terry said she's coming over.
Oh, good. Peanut butter parfait then.
No, she's coming over next Sunday, and we are going to make sure that you get that tutu.
I tell you what, if we make $200 on this raffle thing, I still can't think of it.
No, you
I still
can't
do it.
because we got to do a completely different one because that one's already at $105.
Yeah, I know.
So Mildred said CIIC now has only one full-time staff. Now Ohio Prison Inspections is run by interns.
Well,
Interesting.
Mildred, under this new director, they're adding staff to that committee. Right now, it's Cheryl. I forget what her last name is. That's the director right now. We met with her last year, but there's one full time. But there's legislators that sit on that committee as well, like Adam Miller's one.
The committee for the
Institution inspection. Yeah.
Okay.
All they are is they work for the legislation. They don't work for the ODRC. They're separate now. Cheryl was a deputy warden at one time for one of the institutions. I think Chillicothe.
Jerry Vaughn said you have to put on a 5-minute show. It's happening. So here's your choice.
Okay, I tell you what, Jerry. You gonna do it from your camera too?
So here's what we'll do. If we raise a certain amount of money,
No, don't lie to the public. Don't lie.
what am I lying about?
I can't be sold.
He's absolutely going to wear green tutu. Guarantee it. If we raise this certain amount of money before next Sunday, James has to wear a green tutu, and what do I have to do?
I don't know, but my poor family might be watching this.
Well, Miss Jones, because I butchered her name the first time, wants to know how can I help? How can you help with advocating or our organization, or how can you help in what area? We are actually looking for people to be on our committees. We will be having 4 committees, which are the parole committee, which we already have that one going, a reentry committee, a fundraising committee, and events committee. And this is not like a full-time everyday job. We're just asking maybe an hour a week, hour every other week or something, to where you would be able to send out letters, make phone calls, emails, just to send out a letter to a organization, to see if they would sponsor our conference or help with fundraising or anything to get involved. Reentry, we're not real heavy into the reentry, but we have some hygiene items, some clothing items, things like that. We're looking for bus passes, just to make, a couple phone calls. And of course, you'll be working with other people in the committee. You will have board members that will be overseeing everything. So it's not like you're just doing it by yourself. And like I said, it's not something that you have to commit all your time to. Just an hour, a week or something, to kind of help us. And also, you do have to be an Ohio resident, correct?
You don't have to be, but maybe someday we'll branch out. But right now we're just based in Ohio.
Yeah, just because when we do write to, or when you do write to the legislators, you do have to be in Ohio, correct? Petitions, you have to be in Ohio.
Unless, petitions, yes. But if you have a loved one incarcerated in Ohio, you still can send the email and phone call.
Oh, yeah.
But petitions you can't sign.
So Renee, she said she will connect with us to confirm. She's here to help. Well, we sure appreciate that. We absolutely appreciate any type of help we can get. And it's not, like I said, it's we're not asking you to give your life up, or this is not, a full-time job. This is you donating your time, to help your incarcerated loved one, to support our organization, because we are trying to get laws changed. We're trying to get awareness out there. We are advocating for your loved ones. Yeah, she said she's an Ohio resident and she has a loved one incarcerated. Awesome. So we are just now putting the committees together, and anything that where you feel like you would be your best fit, we are going to be coming up with some type of a letter to send out for the fundraising, to be sent to businesses. Sometimes they won't accept letters. Sometimes you may have to call and they'll tell you what you have to do.
Yeah, some even accept emails. But we could have pretty much a form letter and try to meet with some of the department heads for some of these bigger companies.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We might want to also go over the raffle again because we got more people on.
Oh, so we do have the raffle where you're going to wear the green tutu. Oh, so we do have a raffle going on, and the winner will be announced next Sunday during our live video when James wears his green tutu. And what it is, it's a family fun package, and it's 2 tickets to the beach water park in Mason, Ohio. It is the wildlife safari, and that's 8 admissions to that.
In Port Clinton, Ohio.
In Port Clinton. So then there's 2 $10 gift cards to Scene 75, which is in Dayton. So you kind of have different places you can go to for the summer to have some family fun. And the package is actually a $500 value. So we are giving the raffle tickets away. Not giving them away, but they are $2 per ticket. 3 for $5, 5 for $8 and 10 for $15, I believe. So what you'll do is you'll pay through PayPal at through our website www.fairtreatmentreformandreentry.org. You'll scroll down towards the bottom where it says donate now, I think it is, and you'll pay through there. We don't get your credit card number or anything like that. It's all done through PayPal. All we do is just receive that you've paid and the amount you paid, and then we will put your name on the tickets, and then your ticket will go into our raffle jar. And so far we've been doing pretty good with it. And then we will draw a ticket next Sunday. James will draw a ticket in his green tutu next Sunday. And I am gonna get cussed out when we're done here. The web address is www.fairtreatmentreformandreentry.org, and we can we'll post it. We've posted about it. We put a video about it in the Fair Treatment group. If you guys aren't
There's one in here too.
okay. Oh, and here too. Well, we'll post it after this. We'll make sure that we post everything in the group so you can just click on it.
And I'll post a website in there too.
Terry wants to know, does he need a Spanx?
A spank?
And a bra.
A what? A spank? What? What is that?
Never mind. It's things that girls wear under.
Oh, okay. I don't need to hear about that.
Short skirts.
Now I'm appalled with the skirts that they wear these days. When I was a kid, they're down past the ankles.
But wait to do. Oh, if you're doing for the raffle, then go ahead and pay through the PayPal. But we're doing the fundraiser for the green tutu.
Don't be. You can make a donation, that'd be helpful. But really, what she meant to say was she was going to wear one, but because of my religious beliefs.
Oh, Mildred said we have to leave you alone.
Thank you, Mildred.
We're going to kick Mildred out of the group now.
No, Mildred's been on my side for years.
I'm just kidding. What she really meant was, poor thing, leave him alone, but please do it. Because it's going to be hilarious.
Mildred's been to my house, too.
Is what I think I read in the fine print down there. Mm. This is going to be so much fun. I am so excited. Aren't you excited? See, she gave the thumbs up.
Yeah, but I wouldn't know what I would be giving it for, though.
Yep, she said true. Yep. So next Sunday, join us. We're basically just going to be doing like a question and answer live. We don't really have any topic that we're going to be talking about.
Next week. No. Next week is the
green tutu.
No, the green. You said everybody had to wear something green, so I'm going out to get a green earring
and a green tutu. So, yep. So that is next Sunday night. Yeah, we don't have any topics, so we're just going to do a basic question and answer for you guys to come in, ask any questions that you want. If we don't know the answer, we'll try to find it for you. And I may or may not be back after this. We don't know. I may have just been...
No, there's too much work for her not to be back. She knows her job's safe right now, because I sure can't do it anymore.
What time do we meet on the 19th? We are meeting at
12 p.m. inside of the
Coffee shop.
snack bar there. You just walk down the middle of the aisle. I mean, the hallway, past the gift shop. You'll see the snack bar on the right hand side. And there'll be little metal tables there that remind you of the county jail. They hurt sitting down in them.
Yeah, so does anybody have any questions before we go? Is there parking close by? The parking is in the garage. There is parking at in the garage. There are there some
There's
meters around?
Yeah, but there's parking lots around the garage. There's a chance the garage could be full, and you would have to find a parking lot closely around there. Most of the time, even if it says closed, if you go in there, you're going to find a parking spot.
Yeah, we always just drive in when it says full.
Yeah.
We just drive in.
I still
anyways.
can't obey the law.
And if you park in the green section, then that is the same floor that the State House is on. So you would just walk right into the State House.
Right, and then
You have
walk
to go
to
through the
left.
metal. Yeah, you have to go through the metal detectors and stuff, and then you'll see the coffee place there.
Right. That's actually easier to get there that way than coming through the front doors, which is more of a walk. And then when we have meetings at the Rife Center, you could still park in that garage and walk through the tunnel to get through the Rife Center where the house is across the street in the future.
But be prepared because it's probably at least $5 parking.
Yeah, and we also find out another group called Frat Ohio has legislative that day. They're a very radical group. I just saw something posted on Facebook. They got 2 people going.
Two for what? What are they doing?
They're the ones that went after Wendy's a couple years ago because of their meat.
Oh, so it's nothing prison related?
No.
Okay. All right. Any other questions before we go?
And I will post our website down after the video as well, folks.
And look for all of our stuff. We post it typically in this group and in the Fair Treatment Reform, on the Fair Treatment Reform page. Green parking has both doors. Yep. We found that out the hard way last time. Because
They have wheelchairs there too.
Because we went to the wrong doors.
Yeah.
And we were on the wrong floor.
And they have wheelchairs there, and believe me, Candace knows about pushing me in a wheelchair. I had to push her on the way back. That was at the hospital.
No, he didn't. I pushed him there and back. All right, guys. So we will see you next Sunday in our St. Patty's Day get up. You might get a date. You never know.
Yeah, I already have a 75-year-old stalking me. Oh.
Lord help me. So thank you guys for all your support. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Where our inboxes are always open. And we will see you next week.